Y'all consider Netflix a date?
Alright.
Y'all consider picking up food, heading back to the crib, and putting on Netflix a date?
Yes. Well, I think anytime you're with, like, quote, your girl or some girl doing something like
She's
that.
not my girl. What if she's not my girl?
Just be
What if it's a potential?
Yeah, it's a date.
It's a date.
It's a date.
Y'all just hanging out.
Kicking, right?
Yeah.
Y'all just kicking.
But if you're talking about, oh, there's potential, we're trying to take it somewhere, you could say, like, I think it's a date more when you've already established something.
Bro, I'm the wrong person to ask about this. Y'all know I have no one in my life.
If
I wouldn't say
you saw old girl down the street, right? Cute girl. They'll talk, hit it off, chilling, right? And then she hits you up and goes, "Hey, I'm into this new show, Queer Eye," right?
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Yo, you should come over. We should watch it sometime." And then, day of, she's like, "Hey, like, pick up some food on the way." You pick up like some Chinese takeout, and y'all chilling, watching in Netflix.
that's Netflix and chilling.
No, chilling and watching Netflix. Netflix and chilling
Alright,
means
we're
that
gonna
there's
say, yeah.
something else going on as well. But if y'all chilling and watching Netflix, would you consider that a first date? Or like, what is that to you? What is this first hangout to you?
I don't know. It's a first hangout.
Friends, bro.
Yeah, it's a first hangout.
We just friends.
Just friends at that point.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I don't know.
Even
like,
if flirting has happened, like say y'all been texting a little flirtatious.
Oh my goodness. Like,
I just
Met her on a Monday, flirted Tuesday. Wednesday is the day supposed to come over.
No, it's just hanging out.
just hanging out.
Just hanging out.
I also disagree with this whole premise, like on Twitter.
That should never even be a thing.
With, oh, is this a date? Who cares if you call it a date or not? We're hanging out. We stopped and got food. Now we're watching Netflix. We're just hanging out watching Netflix. You don't have to call it a date. Calling it a date doesn't change the interaction, in my opinion.
No, I mean.
No, if you ask a girl
puts a
out,
little more pressure on
if you
her.
ask a girl out, like, would you like to come to dinner with me? That's a date.
That's a lot of pressure.
That's a date. That's not a hangout.
See, that's the thing.
Why not? We just getting food and talking.
That's true.
Just in a
I think
different location.
I think it's the premise. People
the
associate
titles,
the word
man.
date with doing that. I feel like when I was hanging out with Ariel, we were just friends. We were just hanging out, kicking it, having a good time, and then whatever happened happened.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There was no like, I'm gonna take you out on some dates. This is gonna lead to something.
Maybe just because I'm
Cool person, vibing, and then look
I
at
feel like
that.
it'd be hella awkward if I was with the chick and we were just watching the show. Like, if that's her show, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that's what she's been watching, and I'm not really invested in it, like,
Maybe she said she want to start it. Maybe she said she want to start it.
starting the show.
Like,
Yeah.
you come over, start season 1, episode 1.
It's all relative, right? Like, you have to be comfortable with the chick.
And that's one of those things where it's like you leave and she's like, "Okay, don't watch more without me."
That's next level.
That's still a hangout to me.
So,
Hang out.
That's the first time thing. Because I've had hangouts with girls, females, and no, I don't. And she has referred to each of these hangouts as a date, which is kind of true because, like, March 25th is a date. That is a date on the calendar. That is a day that we hung out. So therefore, it is the first date that we hung out, right? I don't want to get too deep into the meaning of the word date, but I've seen some of these as hangouts.
Yeah, I don't know.
I see most of it as
big
hangouts.
Yeah,
I see it as hangouts.
For me, like, putting a label on it is a little too official, a little too. It's just putting pressure on a situation where I don't want to feel pressure.
So you're saying that, like, if you have a girlfriend, or like y'all get to that level, you slap labels on it, you slap titles, then you go, okay, me and homegirl are going out to dinner tonight. That's a date. It's a date night.
Okay, what about the idea that our generation doesn't date? We talk. Like, people say, oh, I'm talking to this girl. Or, oh, I'm Snapchatting, and then it goes
This
next
you right
level.
here, man. This is you talking.
Do people in our generation actually meet a girl at, like, a coffee shop? Or meet her on the street, like, hey,
That's
you want to
what
get coffee
romanticizing.
tomorrow? I don't think stuff like that really, people don't
Never
do that.
happens, bro.
Happens.
I mean,
I've seen
Yeah,
it.
probably.
I've seen it happen.
I'm sure it happens, but
I've seen
does
some
our
girls-
generation really date, quote unquote? Or do we hang out? Do we Snapchat? Do we FaceTime? and
all
then it
that
just goes
happens
somewhere.
all that happens.
Or is that the new dating?
It's gotta be serious if I FaceTime you. But it's like okay, you really gotta get into the words because it's like, oh, we're talking, right? It's like, oh, you're talking.
Yeah, but people
what
use
is
that. People
talking?
use that synonymously with dating. I'm
Right.
talking to this girl is the same thing as we don't have a label. We're not in a relationship, but we're heading in that.
So if we use the word talking for, we're not in a relationship, but we're heading that direction, or there is an interest in at least one of the parties, then is dating the word you use when there's a title on it, right? Because
Again, I'm kind of the wrong person to ask too.
here,
I'm out of the game.
what sounds better? I'm talking to multiple girls, or I'm dating multiple girls.
They both sound fucked up.
To me, but it's like, why can't I talk to multiple girls?
I mean, that's a whole. Yeah,
We don't judge here. You can do whatever you want.
Right. I mean,
We do definitely.
That's all,
polyamorous
yeah.
people. But it's like, okay, I'm talking to multiple girls. That sounds a bit more socially acceptable.
Who
than
do you even
I'm
say
dating
that
multiple
to?
girls.
Who do you even say that to?
Do you say it to your homies? Like,
Say it to your homies.
yeah.
Say it to your homies. I mean,
I feel like.
I'm not saying I'm talking to multiple girls, but I'm saying like if I were, hypotheticals, I'd probably hit you guys up and they'd be like, oh, how's your dating life? I'm like, oh, I'm talking to multiple girls. Like, that means that I'm not really actively, I feel like talking doesn't mean you're actively pursuing a relationship, but you're legit just talking, and you're seeing where their headspace is at and seeing if there's a compatibility / click, you know what I mean? And if not, then it's just for physical reasons, which
is okay too.
Which is okay, but I feel like if you're dating, I think there's more than physical reasons, or just trying to feel somebody out. Does
That's
that make
a really
sense?
good distinction.
Like
You're
there has to be a difference because when people say like, oh, we're just talking, like there's a reason they say, oh, we're just talking, not, oh, we're just dating.
Yeah.
Does anyone even use that word?
Dating?
Yeah. People. I mean, I see it on Twitter a lot. Like people talk about, well, they had that whole like, is this a date thing? But also,
why does it matter, man? If you guys are just enjoying your time together.
Yeah.
Why can't we all just enjoy this time together?
Yeah, that's true.
Alright, moving along.
Yeah.
Y'all want to talk about Butterface?
Butterfaces?
Butterfaces?
Or trends that gotta die?
Trends that gotta die. I feel like we all know what a Butterface is, and
Chunky feelers.
you talk to Butterfaces, you don't date the Butterfaces.
Chunky feelers, these
Chunky
white,
feelers.
these
The white block shoes.
Yes, man. It's like you're wearing a cinder block or like a.
Like you're walking on a cloud.
Or like these giant Balenciaga like sneakers that cost like
That whole
$1,000.
The whole Payless thing was hilarious. For those of you who don't know, Payless created like
This happened a couple
fake.
months ago, right?
This is like 6 months ago. Payless created this fake designer brand, and they opened a pop-up in Beverly Hills, and they were selling Payless shoes for like $800, and people were coming in going crazy for them, posting them and everything, and then they like revealed, oh, these are just Payless shoes. We just give them a different name and slap the price tag on them.
Like Balenciaga triple S's
And it just speaks to how everyone buys into that hype.
Yeah, but I mean,
Do you guys buy shoes or clothes because people hype them up, or because you really like them?
I definitely have bought stuff just because people.
I bought stuff because I'll admit it. I bought stuff because they're in, or like they're the hype.
Yeah, if y'all know me, I dress bummy. I got my own swag. Thinking about like some of like the shoes that I own. I don't feel like I fall into, at least for shoes. I feel like I don't fall into hype there. A lot of shoes that
I've done it once or twice.
I wear, I beat.
I think it's
I wear
interesting,
my
like,
shoes.
I think it's
for
interesting,
sure.
like why, like consumer psychology, like why is this hype, or like why do people just buy it because
Supreme. How about Supreme? You talk about Supreme?
yeah,
I don't like Supreme.
I don't like Supreme either.
I don't like Supreme either.
I don't think they make quality clothing. I think they'll take like
I've never even seen a Supreme.
they'll take a plain hoodie, slap a Supreme logo on it, and all of a sudden it's $400.
Now I like what they do. Like I feel like Supreme is one of those companies, brands that like they'll collab with something dope and they'll come up with something dope, but it's like
I don't think
there are some people who buy it just because it's Supreme, but it's like you can take like a Supreme Nas shirt, right? They do like a Supreme Nas shirt. I want to buy the shirt because I like Nas. There's a lot of people that buy the shirt and then up the price and resell just because it's Supreme.
Gotcha. You know, I see a dude like if I see just some regular old dude like a scrub wearing a Supreme shirt, I already have like a conception of who he is. You know what I'm saying? Students. But then, you said I did. But then you see someone with clout wear Supreme, and it's like, that's kind of dope. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you see a regular person.
Regular person's like, you're trying to be.
You're trying too hard.
Yeah.
I feel different about like J.R. Smith wearing Supreme than I feel about like the random dude down the street.
Yeah.
You know, but like if you're wearing like a Supreme BOGO hoodie, and then you're wearing like.
If you wear a Supreme hoodie,
strap Vans, like Velcro strap Vans, it's like, okay, you clearly only bought the Supreme hoodie for the clout, for the drip, for the logo, and it's like you can't purchase the sauce.
For sure.
I'm a firm believer in like the man behind the clothing is like the man.
You know like JR, like what you said, JR wearing Supreme, JR can afford all the Supreme he wants.
Yeah.
A regular person, they spent their whole paycheck on a hoodie just to flex.
Just to flex.
JR can buy Supreme and it doesn't dent his bank account.
You look corny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's just my personal opinion. Like I said, I'm bummy.
Yeah. You like these famous people who like dress like straight bums, but they're still like shit.
What about the whole vintage clothing movement? Like
you see Shia LaBeouf, he dresses like a park ranger. What do you think of him?
Shia LaBeouf? I think that's him. You know what I mean? Y'all look at people like Shia LaBeouf. That's him. That's his style. That's his swag. Yeah. You gotta look at people like John Mayer. John Mayer's very into like the multi-layer, the baggy, the drip. But I mean, that's swaggier than I'll probably ever be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kanye kind of got his dad bought stuff off, and then got bigger hoodies and big sweats, and then got his like chunky wave runners. But that's his swag.
Yeah.
He can get that off. You know what I mean? And
what about Yeezys? Since you just brought up Kanye.
Yeezys, I like wave runners. I like wave runners. The other ones, it's not really me. You're never gonna see me wear it.
And you think you guys is
Yeezys just because they're Yeezy?
Yeah.
Like you take let's say you take a picture of a year in your life, and you just see what your swag has been like in that moment in your life. You think it's evolving? You think it's forever evolving? You think you ever look back and be like, yo, what the?
Okay,
how about wearing?
100%.
Yeah, and building off that, at what point in my life, like, am I gonna stop wearing like sneakers? Am I? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, am I gonna hit 40 and say, maybe
it's not appropriate
dressing to be like wearing sneakers all the time, wearing my Jordans that doesn't fit the rest of my my vibe.
Mm-hmm. I mean, definitely, I feel like everybody can relate to this when it's like you look back in middle school and you're like, excuse me, what was I wearing? Like I was wearing button-ups and like a trilby, not a fedora, but a trilby. And I was like, yeah, this is swaggy in middle school. It wasn't, right? And then I kind of graduated to like sweats and a tank top. And it's like, okay.
I'll be honest, at this point,
that much better?
I wear sweats every day.
I don't own jeans.